Okay. Thank you for your patience. We were just waiting on one last student to arrive. I'm going to ask you to rise while our students of excellence file in. And please remain standing while the Garth Webb Secondary School Senior Choir and Concert Band leads us through the singing of O Canada. Thank you. Please be seated. Halton, as we know it today, is rich in history and modern traditions of many First Nations and the Métis. From the Anishinaabe to the Ottawandaran, the Haudenosaunee and the Métis, these lands surrounding the Great Lakes are steeped in Indigenous history. As we gather tonight on these treaty lands, we have a responsibility to honor and respect the four directions: land, waters, plants, animals, ancestors that walk the land before us, and all the wonderful elements of creation that exist. We would like to acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation for sharing their traditional territory with us. Good evening, students, families, friends, trustees, and staff of the Halton District School Board. My name's Colette Ruddock, and I'm Superintendent for Schools in Oakville. It is indeed my honor and pleasure to be your host this evening and welcome you to the 35th Annual Student of Excellence. We'd like to thank Garth Webb Secondary School Concert Band and Senior Jazz, led by Eleanor Wallace, as well as the Garth Webb staff for providing us with the music this evening. Thank you so much for a wonderful performance. Thank you also to the Garth Webb students and staff for hosting us this evening. We appreciate all of the hard work that's gone into putting this event on this evening. And before our ceremony begins, I would respectfully ask that you ensure that your cell phone is set to silent. And at this time, I'd like our director, Stuart Miller, to begin with a few words.
Thank you, Colette, and welcome everyone. Welcome to a great night. I've already spoken to the students and I was wowed by their just being in the presence of genius in that room there. You know, I'm going to tell a wee bit of story about excellence. I've told it before, so some of you will have heard it before, but I know none of the students would have heard it before. Years ago, when I was a teacher at Iroquois Ridge, I had a student in my school. He was in my class, and I was the coach of the soccer team. And he was not a very good soccer player. In fact, he was very uncomfortable with a ball at his feet. He was a very, very bright young man, though. And he went through school. He did very well. He went to University of Toronto. Then he went to Harvard. and he did his medical degree. He went to South Africa to work in Soweto with Doctors Without Borders, and he worked all over the world, primarily in refugee camps as a doctor. He's a very successful doctor, practicing in the United States now, and he teaches part-time at a university. The reason I'm telling you this story is because not everybody can do that. But what he did around soccer, I know it's a sport, but he was very uncomfortable with it. But he wanted to try out for the team. And he came out, and he tried, and he worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he stayed all the time to get better at it. Get better at it. And I was always reluctant to put him in the game, because, well, he struggled. But in the end, I did put him in the game. And he played goalkeeper. And he made a fantastic save in a really important game. And I thought, that's the definition of excellence. Here was someone who came out of his comfort zone. School was, I guess, maybe not easy for him, but easier than many found it. But this was tough. And he came out of his comfort zone, tried it, played in goal in front of the whole school. And the whole school was there, and they gave him a standing ovation when he walked off the pitch. It was a brilliant moment, but to me, that's what sums up excellence. Perseverance, determination, unwavering confidence, faith in yourself. And that's what he had. So don't ever forget that you can't be good at everything, but you can try everything, and you can get better at everything. So I just want to finish off with, I'll paraphrase a famous poet who spoke at Barack Obama's first inauguration, Maya Angelou. And she said, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not very good at remembering quotes, actually, but I can paraphrase really well. She said, people will forget what you say. People will forget what you do. But people will never, ever forget how you make them feel. In a world kind of devoid of empathy at the moment, that's what we need. And I know these young people over here, they've been successful in athletics and drama, academics, community service. They've done the whole gambit. So when I read the papers and when I hear the radio and it's a little doom and gloom, all I got to do is look over there. And I'm as optimistic as anybody in the world, because those are the young people that are going to change that doom and gloom and live the words of Maya Angelou. So I want to thank every single one of you out there. Well done. But I also want you guys over there to know you didn't do it alone. Your parents, your families, your teachers, your principals, your EAs, your caretakers, your friends, they all helped you along the way, because none of us are an island. So I want you to clap for all of them. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your night. And I would like to introduce the chair of our board, Andrea Grabens.
Hello, everyone. Before I start, I'd like to also thank the piper, because that was some awesome piping. Every student will explore and enhance their potential, passions, and strengths to thrive as contributing global citizens. That is the vision of the Halton District School Board, and you, all of you, exemplify this vision. We envision education at the Halton District School Board to encompass more than mere academics. This award embodies the board's vision, as the recipients must demonstrate outstanding qualities in more than one area. In order to thrive as contributing global citizens, you must choose to engage with the world around you. You have made the choice to volunteer, to work hard at a vocation, to strive for athletic excellence, to create positive spaces, to help others, or to step up into a leadership role in your school. We have students in this room this evening being recognized for promoting school spirit and student engagement, for advocating for students who may need extra support, for acting as link crew, leaders, and mentors for others, and being involved in their community. On behalf of the trustees of the Halton District School Board, we honor you tonight with this award, but we also thank you for choosing to contribute to your school and beyond. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Stuart and Andrea. Tonight is truly an opportunity to pay tribute to our many wonderful students of the Halton District School Board. This recognition takes the form of honoring a student representative from every school, elementary and secondary, across our district school board. And each student must have demonstrated an outstanding attitude and effort in a number of areas, including academic or vocational studies, athletics, arts, self-improvement, community service, citizenship, and student leadership. We are very proud of these exemplary students who have demonstrated excellence in each of these areas and are representing their fellow students, schools, and communities this evening. We'll start by recognizing the elementary students alphabetically by region, beginning with the east, that's Oakville, and then the north, which includes Milton, Acton, Georgetown, and Halton Hills, and then west, which is of course Burlington. And then we'll recognize all of our secondary school students. For those in the audience who have cameras, we invite you to come up and take a photo or a video during the presentation for your child. Please feel comfortable to come to the front, take your time, take a picture when your child receives their recognition. And as you know, this evening is being live streamed on the board's website this evening. Students, please try to take your time, enjoy the moment, be sure that your family or friends get a good picture of you, and take it all in this evening as you've earned it. I would like to now ask Tina Salmini, Superintendent of Education, to join me as we prepare to recognize the first group of Oakville Elementary students.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to call on Oakville trustee Joanna Oliver to help present these awards. And would our first group of students from East Elementary Schools please come forward? So beginning with Jenna Kane from Abbey Lane Public School. I now call on Kira Sage from Brookdale Public School. And from Captain R. Wilson Public School, Natasha Jaspel. And now Charlotte Branscombe from E.J. James Public School. Next is Nathaniel Webster from Eastview Public School. And now from Emily Carr Public School, Lola Chan. And now we call on Maya White from Falgarwood Public School. And now we have Brent Morris from Forest Trail Public School. And now from Gladys Spears Public School, we have Bronwyn Stewart. And now we honor Marianne Skiba from Heritage Glen Public School. And now we have Lena Uda from James W. Hill Public School. And from Joshua Creek Public School, we have Alana Tang. And Ellie Burke from Maple Grove Public School. And before these students take their seats, please join me in congratulating our first group of Oakville students.
And I would like to ask John Pennyfather, Superintendent of Education, to join us to recognize our second group of Oakville, or East schools.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to call on the second group of students from the East Area Elementary Schools to come forward and be recognized. And we welcome Oakville Trustee and Vice Chair Tracy L. Harrison and Oakville Trustee Kelly Amos to join us on stage for the presentation. From Montclair Public School, Sally Lau. From Munns Public School, Jessica Moo. From New Central Public School, Marian Ahmad. From Oakwood Public School, Rema Islam. From Odanawe Public School, Michaela Leclerc. From Palermo Public School, Naomi Yu. From Pilgrim Wood Public School, Ian Fox. From Pine Grove Public School, Sam Appleton. From Post Corners Public School, Antra Shaw. From River Oaks Public School, Jared Harrison. From Sheridan Public School, Ava Chippendale. From Sunningdale Public School, Emma Liu. From W.H. Morden Public School, Maeve Zaminer. From West Oak Public School, Sarah Marjanovic. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize our second group of Oakville students.
Each student here realizes that this is a special award and that receiving this award would not have been possible without the love, support, and encouragement of their families, teachers, administrators, friends, and relatives. Could those supporting this fine group of Oakville students please stand and be recognized? We would now like to recognize our first group of students from Halton's North Elementary Schools. I'd like to ask Jackie Newton, Superintendent of Education, to join me.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize our first group of students from Milton, Acton, and Halton Hills. Would Milton trustees Donna Dinelli and Heather Garretts please join me on the stage, as well as our students. And to start off this evening, from Anne J. MacArthur Public School, Reva Kent. And from Boeing Public School, Ardya Sharma. And from Brookville Public School, Hannah Stevens. And from Bruce Trail Public School, Brandon Lehner. And from Centennial Public School, Jamie Barrows. And from Chris Hatfield Public School, Ava Woodard. And from E.W. Foster Public School, Destin Naranto. And from Escarpment View Public School, Faraz Merrill. And from Ethel Gardner Public School, Benjamin Gauntley. And from George Kennedy Public School, Evan Dole. And from Glen Williams Public School, Timothy Strayout. And from Harrison Public School, Albert Shemit-Tama. And from Hawthorne Village Public School, Lauren Gotcha. From Irma Colson Public School, Sherla Day Allen. And from J.M. Denye's Public School, Rebecca McLaughlin. Please join me, we the North, in congratulating the first round.
And we'll now recognize our second group of elementary students from the north. I'd like to ask Superintendent Scott Pradger-Barrick to please join me.
Before I get started, is anyone using these plants after? Could I? Because I could take them. They're lovely. It is my pleasure to recognize our second group of North Elementary students. Would Halton Hills trustee Jean Gray please join me? And would our second group of students from the North Elementary please come forward? Oh, there they are. They're right there. First up, we have Owen Shannon from Joseph Gibbons Public School. From Mighty Limehouse Public School, Alicia Vokes. From Martin Street Public School, Jill Thistle. From Mackenzie Smith Bennett, Reese Price. From P.L. Robertson Public School, Zion Kidan. That's it. Little head tilt, 14 degrees. Makes for a great photo. From Park Public School, Benjamin Harris. Just a little head tilt. From Pine View Public School, Jack McMurray. From Robert Baldwin Public School, Easton Bender. From Robert Little Public School, Graham Furzer. From Sam Sherritt Public School, Ella Chow. From Silver Creek Public School, Fiona Gray. From Stewarttown Public School, Haley McFarland. From Tiger Jeet Singh Public School, Imad Kazi. From Viola Desmond Public School, Navnur Graywall. Probably the first ever student of excellence from Viola Desmond Public School. You are a piece of history, living history. And finally, from W.I. Dick Middle School, Jamie Neer. Ladies and gentlemen, our second group of students from the north.
Again, these students count on the contributions of many to achieve their success. Would the families, relatives, teachers, administrators, and friends of our North Elementary students please rise and be recognized? And I'd now like to invite Gord Truffin, Superintendent of Education, to join us as we get ready to recognize our first group of students from the West area schools.
Thank you, Colette. I'm honored to recognize our first group of West area elementary students tonight, and I will ask the Chair of the Board, Andrea Grabenz, to please join me. Welcome, Chair Grabenz. From Aldershot Elementary School, Jack Coleman. Congratulations to this young lady who I've known since junior kindergarten from Alexander's Public School, Julia Stephen. Representing Alton Village Public School, Uriti Mahortra. From Brant Hills Public School, Samantha Judd. From Bruce T. Lindley Public School, Shelby Rind. Unfortunately, not able to join us tonight from Burlington Central Elementary School, Sawyer Cobham. From C.H. Norton Public School, Kaylin Mitchell. Representing Central Public School, Caitlin Speak. From Charles R. Bodwin Public School, Callista Bessling. And finally, from Clarksdale Public School, Cameron Fraser. Ladies and gentlemen, our first group of students from our West Elementary schools. Congratulations.
And I would now like to invite Terry Blackwell, Superintendent of Education, to join me as we get ready to recognize our second group of West students.
It's my pleasure to recognize our second group of West Elementary student honorees. I'd like to invite Trustee Leah Reynolds to join me on stage. First, we have Alyssa Wade from Dr. Charles Best Public School. From Florence Mears Public School, Claire Stone. From Frontenac Public School, Annika Stell. From Glenview Public School, Cameron Brindle. From John T. Tuck Public School, Naomi Sage. From John William Boych Public School, Ethan Ruggiero. From Kilbride Public School, Avery Moon. From Kings Road Public School, Kriti Merupati. From Lakeshore Public School, Kaya Molesky. And from Maplehurst Public School, Alba Karadagi. Ladies and gentlemen, our second group of West Elementary students.
And I'll now invite Robbie Toff, Superintendent of Education, to join me as we get ready to recognize the third group of students from our West area elementary schools.
It's my pleasure to recognize our third group of West Elementary honorees this evening. I'd ask that Burlington trustee Margot Shuttleworth please join me on the stage. And we welcome aboard our third group of students from the West Elementary Schools. We're going to start with Mohawk Gardens. Please help me in recognizing Nicole Bosguy. And representing Orchard Park Public School, David Yonku. Representing Paul A. Fisher Public School, Jack Reynolds. Matt. From Pauline Johnson Public School, Avon Castonguay. Representing Pineland Public School, Renee Gouy. And from Rolling Meadows Public School, Ashley Wright. Our student of excellence from Ryerson Public School is Sophia Lagenza. And representing Sir Ernest Macmillan Public School, Kari Ojala.
And now I'd like to invite Mark Zonnefeld, Superintendent of Education, to join me as we recognize the second group of secondary students.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to recognize our second group and to call Trustee Amy Collard from Burlington to join us on the stage. From Iroquois Ridge High School, congratulations to Samantha Hollenrake. From M.M. Robinson High School, Mackenzie Keeler. From Milton District High School, Anissa Gandhi. From Nelson High School, Owen Catania. From Oakville Trafalgar High School, Amanda Ha. From Robert Bateman High School, Carter Creechin. Feeling the love up there. From Thomas A. Blakelock High School, Anthony Durango. And from White Oaks Secondary School, Isabel Lee. Please join me in congratulating our second group of secondary students.
And of course, could I ask all families, teachers, administrators, and friends to please stand and be recognized for your contribution to this group of secondary students. Students of excellence, congratulations once again from all of us. Remember to keep setting your goals high and give it your all to achieve those goals. You should all be very proud of your accomplishments tonight. Finally, I ask that you all please take a moment and look at the last page in your program this evening to acknowledge all of the folks that put this event on and that made this event so special for our honorees tonight. Students tonight were piped in by Allison Andrews, and I echo the comments of our chair. She was outstanding. Allison will now pipe out the honorees out of the auditorium to the front lobby for the reception, and hopefully everyone can enjoy some refreshments. Thank you.